Today I want to share a motivational tip that I used in my class last night, or a motivation saying that I used in my class last night that got people to go to levels in the toughest conditions that I've taught in a long time, and they were absolutely peaking in the most challenging moment of the workout. And today I'm going to share that with you. So last night I was teaching a RPM class, which is like a spin class at my local gym, and there was a class on before my class, and as we walked into the room, as this class was leaving, the room was extremely hot. Think like a sauna. It was that hot as we walked into the room. It was so hot that as I put my music on, that kind of the tempo music that you put on before you start the class, I put on It's Hot in Here by Nelly because it was so hot. And we hadn't even started the class. And this was a full class. So I knew that as I went into this teaching environment, that the heat of the room was going to be a challenge in tonight's workout because it was hot before we started and we were going to contribute to making the room hotter as we worked through the workout. And so my challenge in the workout was to make sure that people didn't use this as an excuse to go easy. And for the first 2/3 of the workout, people were absolutely blitzing it. You know, they were just in a really good place. But then we had the last couple of songs of the workout. And the last couple of songs of the workout are technically the most challenging songs of the workout. And this is the moment where often when people get hit by fatigue, especially in hot classes, so they get to this moment and what they often do is they go, you know what, this is so hot, this is so tough, I'll just get to the finish of the workout. They give themselves an excuse to just kind of get to the finish, to not push through in this moment. So I knew that my challenge as a fitness instructor was to see if I can get more out of these people in a really challenging place. Like in a place where it's so hot that you almost don't want to go further, but actually it would be good for you both physically and mentally to learn how to deal with this moment. Now basically what had happened was the conditions were tougher than what they normally faced, and so a lot of people use it as an excuse out. So with this in mind, I kind of knew that when I hit the last kind of 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes of the workout, I had to really master my motivational talk to help them go to that place. And then the second to last track was a bit more of a calmer song, so I kind of pull back on my energy, pull back on my tone, pull back on my voice, and I kind of talked about something that really seemed to hit a note. And it hit a note in a really powerful way because for the next 10-15 minutes, these people were blitzing themselves. And as an instructor, you know people are blitzing it because you just see it in their effort and no matter how hard they are working when you want them to work hard. And in this class, in the most toughest conditions, in the peak moment, everybody in the room pushed through. So what did I say? Well, first of all, one of the things I love about the spin classes, in the cycle classes, is you get a bit more time to use deeper motivational language. Like in a high impact class or a pump class, you get short moments to have big statements. Whereas in a spin class, because it's a very basic workout, you get more time to kind of go deeper into subjects. And I kind of just said something along the lines of this. I said, all of us in life have areas where we're good, but sometimes we're good up to a point. Sometimes we're good up to a point. And I'll give you an example. A lot of runners are really good runners until it starts raining. I am good at this until. So I am good at running until it starts raining. And then I said, and then some of us are great at doing spin classes, or great at doing RPM until the room gets hot. And what I want you to think about is to shift that perspective to, I am good at this, and when it gets hot, I enjoy this moment because. So I am good at this, and when it gets hot, I enjoy this moment because I get to face a challenge that I don't normally face. I get to confront my hardest moment in training. I get to learn about myself in the toughest conditions. I kind of threw something like that out there in front of these people, and then I said, here's the challenge you have in front of you, and let's go for it. And as I said before, from that moment forward, my class absolutely blitzed the class. Now this statement's a really interesting statement to explore. Like, think about yourself. Think about an area of your life where you consider yourself pretty good in this area. Do you have this thing that you're really good till? Like the running example, are you someone who's pretty good at getting outdoor to go for a run, but when it starts to rain, you're no longer good at doing this? Or are you someone who's really good at getting outdoor doing your runs, but when it comes to intensity, I'm not that good? So the statement is, I am good at this thing till. And it's till what moment will you start to not be good at this thing? Now, why is this a great thing to do? Well, first of all, we can do what I did in the class. We can do a perspective shift. So what I did is I said, I'm good at this, and I'm good at this in these conditions because I enjoy the challenge. So I'm good in a hot class because I love the challenge of going to the next level. So you're shifting your perspective towards that moment. I'm good at going outdoors for running in the rain because I love an adventure. So see what we're doing there? The second thing we do is we can learn that this is a moment we want to develop in ourselves. So let's use that running example again. If you're someone who's really good at being consistent with running, except when the weather gets bad, well, this is an area you need to develop yourself in your running journey. Because if you want to be successful as a runner, you're going to face wet weather, so you have to turn up in bad weather conditions. So it's two things that you can do with this here. First of all, I am good at this till is a statement that can A, learn where you need to practice better perspectives, or B, learn where you can identify where your growth is in this area of your life. From that moment forward, what you want to do is develop pathways that can help you become better at that. So again, with the running in the wet example, how do I become good at always turning up to my sessions when it's wet? Now, what I want you to think about in your life is, what are those areas where you know you're good at something till? And then after that moment, how can you shift perspectives, and what problems do you need to solve to get better at winning those moments? Because I guarantee if you can get better at winning those moments, you'll advance more in those areas. And you'll be like my class last night, that in those moments where maybe you weren't good in the past, you'll absolutely smash those moments, which means you'll progress so much more in your life. If you enjoy my videos and you're not exercising, or you know somebody in your life who really struggles with exercise, I've got to recommend my new book, I Will Make You Passionate About Exercise. The purpose of this book is to take those who struggle with exercise from where they are to cementing the foundation that creates a lifetime love of exercise. It has all the steps, it has a plan, it has a journey that you go through that safely and wisely guides you to bringing exercise in your life in the most successful way possible. To get the book, go to www.passionaboutexercise.com. It will be the best thing you can do for your health and fitness. Get the book right now and you'll be seeing massive change in your health and fitness in a very short period of time.